Hello, everyone, and all the listeners out there. I am Dr. Neva. I have the pleasure of bringing someone that I believe is important with some important information, knowledge to share with you. I have Mr. X, and Mr. X has the Stock Market Academy. For those that don't know a lot about stocks like me, he's going to drop some information. We're going to go a little bit deeper into that. But Mr. X, let's talk about you, your name. First of all, when I heard Mr. X when I was first introduced, I was like, okay, X, okay. You know, so many things come to mind. Malcolm X. I'm sure you get that a lot, right? So, yeah. Let's talk about it because I really want to get some information a little bit about stocks because, you know, we have webinar coming up. We'll talk about that too. But introduce yourself, please.
Yes. Thank you so much for the warm introduction, Dr. Neva. So I'm Mr. X, founder of Mr. X Stock Market Academy. We're a stock market educational company focused on helping individuals, families, and communities, with building wealth in the stock market in a very simplified way.
So the stock market could be simple. That's what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. Unfortunately, so many people think that it's complicated, but the way that I teach in very simplistic terms. I relate it to individuals' everyday life. So whether you're 15 years old or you're 80 years old, I teach in layman's terms, as some would say, and I simplify this to give you the confidence, that you could invest on your own, like how I do, and be confident that you could generate the returns, or make a lot of money, as I've done over the years.
All right, so Mr. X, you're saying that pretty much what you do, you break it down that people will learn how to do stocks. So give us a little bit of knowledge about how you even come about, the Stock Market Academy. Why is it important?
Well, the reason why it's important is because, number of different reasons. First off, I would say that we live in a capitalistic society, okay? And living in a capitalistic society, one of the key things that we all have to learn at some point in our life is we have to learn how to make our money work for us, okay? Because that's the only way we're going to get leverage. Because just trading time for money, in a job, nothing wrong with a job, by the way, or trading time for money if you're very active in your business, it's solely based on what you're doing. And, if you're not around, then potentially, depending on how you're set up, in particular in a job, or if you're self-employed with no employees, you're not going to be making any money. So you need to learn how to make your money work for you. And that's how wealth is actually generated. And the stock market is one of those vehicles that can help you to get your money to work for you. And really build wealth. And one of the things I really love about it is that, unlike other vehicles that can help you to build wealth, it's one of few vehicles where you can start with very small sums of money and you could build wealth for yourself. And when I learned that many years ago, it really amazed me. And I said to myself, why didn't I learn this when I was in the traditional school system? I didn't learn this in elementary school, junior high school. Didn't learn it when I was in college, okay? And I said, wow, if the average person in the United States, let's say, knew what is it that I knew, maybe many of the financial troubles that they have wouldn't be with them right now.
It's funny that you should say this because I did a workshop 2 weeks ago, approximately 2 weeks ago, at a high school. And one of the things that I mentioned to them is like, the three main ways to people make money or wealth. One, real estate. Two, business, having your own business. And another is stocks, right? So I really believe these things should be taught at a young age. And if it didn't, you could still catch up through your academy. One of the big things, though, that people, are afraid right now of, invested in the stock market, because we know it's a fickle economy right now, and also with the cryptocurrency, what's going on. I want you to just talk about it a little bit. What do you see what's happening with the market, and what would you say to those that are just trying to make their money work for them?
Yeah, you have a lot of volatility in the stock market right now, which basically means, like one day it's up, one day it's down. And that has a lot to do with, the world, the United States economy being affected by the coronavirus, and you had a lot of stimulus checks come out to various households. Also, a lot of stimulus money that went to businesses, such as like the the PPP loans, Paycheck Protection Program, and then you had people that they had money, but didn't have an opportunity to spend it because the country or the world was in lockdown, right? So now that we kind of coming out of this lockdown and people want to get out and about and get back to the restaurant, get back to the movies, get back to the cruise, getting on a cruise, getting back to going to a resort and spending money at a high level and stuff like that. And then all the other excess money that was in the economy, you have a lot of money chasing few services or few goods, and that has caused the rise of inflation. And then you have the Russia-Ukraine war and supply chain issues, a number of different things. So a lot of this stuff has contributed to the inflation that we have here in the U.S. And the Federal Reserve right now, which is the banking arm here in the United States, they're raising interest rates, right, to try to slow it down. Typically, interest rates here in the U.S. under normal conditions is anywhere between maybe 2 to 3%. It went as high as 8, 9. So we have to see, because even with them raising the interest rates, a lot of times the effect that they're trying to achieve is not seen right away. It's like many months away from now, so it's like a lag. Which is why some people are forecasting potentially in 2023 there's going to be a recession, even though some say that we're in that right now. In terms of crypto, that company, Binance, was going to buy FTX, and then they did an audit of them, and they saw that certain things wasn't in order. So now they pulled out, and it has really affected the crypto market. But one thing I would say, and one of the things I really try to get across when I'm teaching in my academy, because people ask that question all the time about crypto and stuff like that. More importantly than crypto is really understanding how to invest, in a business. Because ultimately, when you invest in the stock market, you're not just buying shares of stock. You're actually investing your money in a real company, right? That sells a product, that sells a service. No different than the businesses in your neighborhood, the supermarket, the barbershop, the beautician shop, the accounting services, the legal services, the plumber, the electrician. It's the same thing, right? The only difference is that the companies in the stock market, they have a much bigger operating budget, marketing budget, larger staff. They serve a much larger customer base. They're global brands, but the whole premise of what they're doing is no different than what local businesses are doing. They just have more capital. So if you just understand basic principles in terms of how to evaluate a company, right, then you could make decisions on any business that you want to invest in, whether it's a business in your community, investing in your friend's business, companies in the stock market, investing in any investment, gold, crypto, etc. It doesn't matter. So once you understand how to invest, then you could make decisions on what is the best investment for you, based on your risk tolerance and your objective that you're trying to achieve, what your money in that investment.
Thank you so much. Well said. Really informative. And we are able to get some more of this information directly through a webinar that Mr. X and my company, Nevalliance, we're hosting. So the Academy, the Stock Market Academy and Nevalliance, we're hosting together to bring you, it's free. It's free. So it's like
100%.
no reason for you to not join us. And that is on December 7th. Mr. X, you want to elaborate a little bit about that?
Yes. So it's December 7th this year, 2022. So it's good to get it before, we get into the new year, right? 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you're not in the Eastern Standard Time zone, check your time zone, and you're going to get a wealth of information. We're going to talk about how to invest in individual companies in the stock market, how to open up a brokerage account if you're not currently investing, how to maximize your existing brokerage account if you're currently investing, the benefits of investing long term, and much more. And we're going to relate it to what's currently going on in the stock market at this present time. So tell your friends, tell your family, just go to Nevalliance.com, okay? And you can register right there. You'll get your Zoom link that you can join, and we look forward to seeing you. It's going to be a packed house, a lot of people, so reserve your space as soon as possible.
Yes, and again, it is, I like to say, free, and you don't have to be scared. He's there to drop knowledge, information. He is the teacher of stocks. It's not where he's trying to take your money to play with the stock market. Am I correct?
Correct. Yeah. I'm not taking your money. I'm teaching you on how to intelligently invest in the stock market, give you the confidence, take away the fear if you are not investing or if you're currently investing. And if you decide that you want to work with, a professional, you'll have a much more intelligent conversation with that professional, financial advisor, financial planner, because you'll have a reference point of knowledge to pull from, because a lot of people, like, let's say, for example, Dr. Neva in retirement, they may say that I am saving for retirement, right? This is their exact words. I'm saving for retirement. But realistically, they have their money in the stock market, okay? So if you have your money in the stock market and it's for your retirement, you're really not saving for your retirement. You're investing for your retirement, okay? Because saving money basically implies that you're taking a certain amount of capital and you're putting it aside and you just keep adding to it. Whereas the stock market has the ability to what? Go up and go down, right? So you're investing. So we got to understand these terms that we're utilizing when we're talking about money.
Yes. And we're not going to drop any more information here. They have to join the webinar to get that. Well, thank you, Mr. X, to join me today. And again, you can go to Nevalliance.com. You can go to the event section and register for this free webinar, and the link will be down below, so you can't miss the information, right? You will register. And again, Nevalliance, we are a training and consultant company. Until next time. Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.